Hey there, everyone. It's Denise Salcedo. I'm backstage at Wrestling Revolver, and with me right now is Masha Slamovich. Masha, you just had a kick-ass match. How do you feel right now?
I feel fan-fucking-tastic. You know, sometimes it doesn't lead me to get the win, but I don't think that matters. I think what matters is that we put on a really excellent show, a really excellent match for an excellent cause, and I think we're showing LA what we're all about here at the Wrestling Revolver.
Yeah, that's been pretty awesome. So I do want to talk about that because right now we just saw you with Jacob Fatu, which is kind of crazy to even think that that's like a matchup that actually went down. So for you to think about like some of the competitors that you've had, especially it being like the men, how do you feel about that?
I just want to say I'm incredibly passionate about all of my work in professional wrestling, but especially I'm very passionate about my work in the realm of intergender wrestling because there's a lot of people who have opinions and views that may perhaps be not educated or perhaps just simply haven't seen anything and of course have their own mind made up without having taken a look at what intergender wrestling is all about. So I think that matches like myself and Jacob Fatu tonight are game changers, and they're mainly put on not just for the fans in the audience, but also to change people's minds and to expose them to a different type of art, our style.
I would say you've definitely had a lot of game-changing kind of matches throughout your career, but more specifically, for the year 2023, Masha, when you think back to your body, to your collection of work, what would you say are some of your top 3 favorite moments of the year, your top 3 favorite matches?
Jesus Christ, that is a really hard one because much like 2022, 2023 has been an absolutely jam-packed year full of amazing matches. You know, I just go from having main event level match to main event level match, and you know, not to shoot my own horn, but it's been history making week after week. So to pick top 3 moments is incredibly difficult. However, being a part of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla's BOLA in the very beginning of the year was something that I wanted to do for a long time and something that meant a lot to me. And also, the match that I had at Game Changer Wrestling against Rina Yamashita in Tokyo is another very controversial style of wrestling, is the deathmatch wrestling, but it was one of my most passionate matches of the entire year, and if you go back and watch it, I think that the heart and soul that we left in the ring definitely transcends across the camera to the audience. So those are definitely some of my favorite matches, and of course tonight gets right up there with them.
Yes. Now, you mentioned controversy. For you, when you see people kind of bring up like, oh, maybe women shouldn't be doing this or whatever it is that comes up on the internet, what's your reaction to that? Do you just kind of like, is it easy to brush off, or how do you handle that?
I handle it as a challenge because I think that the word no does not always remain a no, and a dislike does not always remain a dislike. So I welcome everybody who has opinions on intergender wrestling to come watch some of my bodies of work, and I promise you I'll change your mind.
That's awesome. Masha, I do want to ask you, having been part of the Impact Wrestling roster, now going over to TNA Wrestling, what was your reaction to that and how do you feel about it?
Oh, I was jumping up and down with joy. I mean, I grew up watching the X Division in TNA with the likes of Amazing Red and Chris Sabin and a bunch of other wrestlers, so I'm extremely happy and honored to be a part of TNA Wrestling going forward in the year 2024.
Now, also tonight we do have Ronda Rousey, who is main eventing here tonight. Have you had any interactions yet with Ronda? Have you guys had any interactions?
We have yet to meet in a wrestling ring, but I hope that in the year 2024, that'll change.
All right. Well, speaking of the year 2024, what are the goals? What are the plans for Masha Slamovich?
You know, every year that's a frequently asked question for me. What do you have in store for next year? What are your plans? And I'll say this year, just like every other year, the things that are in store for me in 2024 are beyond my current realm of comprehension, beyond my current dreams. Every single year when I say I'm going to do something, I top it off with 50 more things that I never thought were possible. So I'm looking forward to 2024 and everything that it brings with it because I'm ready to have another legendary year.
Let's go. I think that's exactly what you're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Masha Slamovich, and we'll catch you on the next one.